I run a company called LeePeckMedia based at Ocean Village in Southampton. We call, forgive the jargon, a pure play PR company. So we are concerned with publicising companies to their very best effect. So we also get involved in crisis management, which is always challenging. There's a team of about half a dozen of us, and we operate throughout the country. Albeit I guess our footprint is within a 50-mile radius of Southampton. We find the service at Walji Co absolutely brilliant. We've used many accountants, or a handful at least, over the years. But the thing which sets Walji Co apart is that the service is partner-led. We have a direct line to Shabir and Reza, and they always get back to us promptly. And I, running a business as I do, I really value that. And I know our financial director, Jo, she really likes that too. So often in life, you meet the partners, the top guys or women at the outset, and never see them again. But with Walji Co, you know they're absolutely on it. Of course, running an SME, you haven't got a big finance department. So having Walji Co on board, whereby we effectively outsource that department, albeit it's led by us with as I say, our finance director, Jo. But to have them there as a steady hand, giving us this strategic advice, this is where we get the added value. Of course, the number crunching is vital. We do that in-house. But to have them and all their vast experience working alongside us is just fantastic. In this world of red tape, if you like, it has to be done. We may or may not agree with it, but it's a fact. And having Walji Co on the end of a phone, email, and most valuably in person, they'll often pop down, we'll have a quick meeting, or we'll pop to their offices in Eastleigh, and to actually get that compliance, to be sure that everything is done to the letter and legal, is a great reassurance. I think the bane of all our lives and the big challenge is, of course, tax. It's contentious. I'm one of the few people perhaps who recognise I have to pay tax, but we've got to be efficient. We've got to do the very best we can in planning for tax and so on. And Walji Co are particularly efficient at always advising us. What I like is the proactive service. It's not a case of us sitting here and prompting them and kicking them all the time. They are very proactive, and they come up with ideas for us to consider, and I think that's particularly valuable. The added value that Walji bring is quarterly board meetings, for instance, and interpreting those figures. I'm an expert in PR, or at least I hope I am, but having people look at those management accounts, look at trends, examine precisely what they mean, and in that interpretation, I find that personally really invaluable. And I think it's going the extra mile. It's analysing stuff that we might not have thought of, just as our clients look to us for advice. I often say to Shabir and Reza that they're like a tonic. I will go for a meeting, they will interpret things for me, and it's that calmness that I really look for. And I think that's rare. I think that's very rare and something I really appreciate. You know, in business, it's all about relationships. Whatever the new technical thing is, or smartphone, or whatever, it boils down to relationships. And for the first time since we met Walji 6 or 7 years ago, I feel we've got a really genuine relationship with accountants. In the past, we've had the service where the work's done, but there was never any real care or contact there. I didn't think we had any real value. We did get into bed with one large firm, and you know, the meeting was great. We signed up, and we never saw the partners again. We were dealt with by juniors, and do you know what? Within about 4 months, we'd had 4 different account managers. So we got rid of them. Simple as that. Whereas Walji, you know, Shabir and Reza are constant, and as I've said, they're on the case, and you can say no fairer than that. Often in business relationships, the acid test is, would you actually recommend this firm or that firm? Well, I can put my hand on my heart and say that I would wholeheartedly recommend Walji Co. I see Shabir and Reza now as friends. It's the most brilliant relationship, and yeah, I'd recommend them. We're in for the long run.
My name's Reza. I'm a partner at Walji Co Chartered Accountants. If you're interested in getting in touch with us or having a second opinion or a free consultation, feel free to send us an email or go to our website. And if you'd like to learn a bit more about our tax planning ideas, feel free to sign on to one of our biannual seminars that we have been running near our office in Eastleigh, where you'll get to find out a lot more about how you can structure your affairs to pay as little tax as possible.